There is a fear that haunts songwriters. Oh, I tell you there is. It's a huge fear. It walks around songwriters and looks over their shoulders. It leaves constructive criticism notes at their tables. Even tugs at their heartstrings when they're trying to sleep. It has the strength of 1,000 fears. No, wait, when it comes to songwriters, it's even bigger than that. It has the strength of all the fears in the world smashed into one times 1,000. A fear so big it can cause a writer to lose their ability to sing, perform, or even pick up a pen. I've seen normal, everyday songwriters become paralyzed by giving into it. I watched a friend of mine collapse right in front of me. His knees buckled and his hands shook uncontrollably. He developed chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia syndrome by allowing this fear to grab a hold of him. It was sad watching this happen. I saw it coming. I tried to tell him, but as songwriters, we are stubborn, very stubborn. It was sad to watch it happen. I met a lady at a songwriting convention once, a brilliant songwriter. We talked after her performance, and she told me before she could write the way she does now, she had first developed a psychosomatic blindness syndrome, that she couldn't see anything for 2 years. Everything was crazy blurry. The doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with her. She spent days during that time walking into walls, screaming profanities, stepping on her cat, stubbing her big toe against the refrigerator. She went to a bunch of therapy and did some really intense journaling, and eventually they figured it out, and she got her vision back. Her big toe, a different story. But she had to admit to herself first, before she could heal, that she had allowed this fear to sit down next to her as she wrote songs. That she allowed this fear to control her curiosity, that she gave it permission to cradle her creativity, that she let it be the driver, that she let it hold the reins and direct her writing. If you are a songwriter, this fear is extremely dangerous. Extremely. It's more dangerous than a heroin and coke habit smashed together. It's more dangerous than a diabetic on an ice cream only diet. Hell, it's more dangerous than drinking decaf. This fear can take you over. This fear can destroy your heart, your home, your health, and then there was nothing left of you to destroy. It'll take your soul, zap it right out of your body. Imagine you're in a 1980s low-budget sci-fi flick. That's it. Your soul flying out of your bones into some alien spaceship. And that sounds funny, but that's how dangerous this fear is. That's why you have to recognize it when it shows up. That's why you have to stand up to it, knock it down, and never give it energy. The fear. This fear is called the fear of not making perfect sense. Or in the medical journals, it's referred to as FNMPS. Oh, on some streets, it's just called FIPS. I've seen the most top-shelf writers in the world become victim to this. They'd be playing around with beautiful colors, using alliteration, internal rhymes, crazy consonants. They'd be cutting through melodies with characters as symbolic as Hemingway's Old Man from the Sea. The song is so magical that everyone refers to the writer not as a songwriter, but as a gift maker. Hey, there goes that gift maker. But oh no, the fear of not making perfect sense starts creeping in, and the writer gets scared. Oh no, this song doesn't make complete sense. No one is going to understand what it's about. I need to make the subject more clear. I need to make it more clear. So they do that. Now the song is no longer a playful song. The writer has become confused. They've become afraid to color the songs with wild words, slant rhymes, and slang phrases. Instead, what they do is they state the obvious. Then they state the obvious again, and over and over and over, because they have to make perfect sense. The fear has got them. It owns them. It has to control the song, and now it's the one that's writing it. If they continue on this path and they continue feeding this fear, writing won't be enjoyable anymore. It won't be about being playful. It won't be about discovery or untangling events or stepping into the sands of curiosity or lighting up rooms with lyrical magic and mischief. It'll just be a thing the writer has to do every day. It'll just be that job, that dreadful job, the job the writer once so adamantly avoided. They've become only a vessel, no longer the writer. The fear of not making perfect sense has won. Songwriting is a beautiful art, but for those who work within it, it's more than just art. It is a great teacher. It has a sage-like nature about it. It has taught us not only wisdom, but also dedication and patience. If we loosen our strong grip of trying to control it, we see that it can teach us more than we are aware of, more than we ever imagined. If we listen to what it has to tell us, someday it will take us to a dojo, but it won't be to learn a perfect kick or a deeper downward dog or to be handed a black belt in some sacred martial arts. But instead it is to learn a lesson in dedication, a dedication to curiosity, a dedication to playfulness, a dedication to being mischievous and wild and young. A return of sorts to a community that has come before us, to a calling that is greater than us, to that wild and magical art form that we got our feet trapped in the mud of. Now stop trying to make perfect sense all the time and get back to the beautiful playfulness of songwriting.